This is a short version of how to do the strap for my water bottle holder. That pattern is available in my Etsy shop at Happy Rock Crafts, or it is also available on my website at happyrockcrafts.com. So to begin, you're going to start with a slip knot. So however you like to make your slip knot, go ahead and do that. And then insert your hook. And then you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And now in that third chain from our hook, so the loop on your hook does not count as a stitch or a chain. This is our first chain, second chain, and third chain. So this is the one that we're going to be working in. We're going to work a puff stitch, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, bring that through and up. 3 loops on our hook. We're going to do a yarn over, insert our hook into that same space, yarn over, bring that through and up. We have 5 loops on our hook. We're going to do that one more time. Yarn over, bring that through and up. And now we have 7 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all loops. And now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to work 1 more puff stitch in that same space. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same space, yarn over, bring that through and up. You have 3 loops, and again yarn over into the same space, yarn over, bring that through and up. You now have 5 loops, yarn over, go into that same space, yarn over, bring that through and up. And now you have 7 loops. You're going to yarn over and go through all loops on your hook, and then you're going to chain 1. So that's our first row for the strap for my water bottle pattern. Now you're just going to turn your work, and now we're going to work in the center here of the 2 puff stitches, and we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the center, and work a puff stitch. So 1, 2, and 3 yarn overs for our puff stitch. 7 loops are on our hook, yarn over, go through all loops on your hook, and chain 1. And then we're going to do another one in that same space. So another puff stitch with 3 yarn overs. So that's 1 yarn over. This is number 2, and this is number 3, and that should give us 7 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all loops on our hook and chain 1. And then we're just going to turn our work, and we're going to go in the center there again of those puff stitches, and we're going to work a puff stitch again. Chain 1 and another puff stitch. And chain 1, turn our work again, and then in the center there we're going to do our puff stitch again. Chaining 1 again, doing another puff stitch in that same space. Chaining 1 again, turning our work again, and then working a puff stitch again in that same center space that we've been doing. Chaining 1, and again another puff stitch. We want 2 in that center, and chaining 1. Now let's say this is my strap as long as I wanted it, so we would end by doing a chain 1. So now what you have to do is add 2 additional chains, so 1 and 2. So that'll give us a total of 3 chains. And now you're going to slip stitch in between the rows. So right here in that space, we're going to go ahead and do a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to slip stitch again in the center in between the rows, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're doing that all the way to the end of the strap. So we're chaining 3 and we're slip stitching in between the rows, in the space in between the rows. Chain 3, and now I've come to the end, so I'm just going to try and work 3 or 4 single crochets across so I can get to the other side. So I'm just going to kind of go in the bottom here and work a single crochet. I'm going to go right here where my slip knot was and work a single crochet. And it doesn't really matter because you're going to be sewing the ends into the water bottle. So right here I'm going to do a single crochet, and I'm okay with 3 around there. So now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to work my slip stitch in between the rows like I did on the opposite side. So right here's my first one that I need to work my slip stitch into. Chaining 3, slip stitching in between the next 2 rows, chaining 3, and again, slip stitching, chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, and again, slip stitching, chaining 3, and now I'm at the end. This is where I want to do my single crochets again, so I would just find somewhere nice to put 3 or 4 single crochets in. And then that brings me back to the beginning. So I can just fasten off here, and then I would leave a long tail for attaching, and that is it. And that is how I do my puff stitch handle. And of course you would just continue with those puff stitches until you get the desired length that you would want. Thanks for watching.